All right, YouTube. Here we go. Got the wings put back up over in the corner. Yeah. So yeah. So, but you know what that means? Shop is it's clean. It is clean. We put some things up. Got things off the floor. Got boxes and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so we're doing that. But you know what time it is? When you see the shop is clean, it means that we're starting a new phase. And today's phase, or this new one, is the aileron, section 21 aileron. So we are going to be building up. This is the left. There is a right side. Yep, you'd kind of have problems if you didn't have another side. So this is the left. The plans that they show are always the left. And so you build up the left, and then you learn from that, and hopefully you learn from your mistakes, and then you do the right. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, so that's the main thing here is we're going to get the right. I'm just looking at you guys are seeing me kind of go through, see how many pages there are. Yeah, there's not that many. Not a whole lot. And then we got the flap. So yeah, so we got this section, but don't let this fool you. There is definitely a lot to do here in the plans to get these done. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start. I'm going to pull the pieces out. I got some of them pulled out. I am also going to go in and identify each piece and everything. One thing I did see that they did in the plans is Vans is telling you to round these edges over. On some of anywhere, my advice to you, and we didn't talk about this, but anywhere where you have these pieces, be it, and I didn't talk about this, I probably should have. I'll go here to my wall of shame. Don't look at how it's all bent up. But anywhere you have pieces where they round, make sure you profile these. Get rid of these sharp edges, because what will happen is when you put it into the skin, if there's a sharp edge and then when you rivet it, you will see a little bit of a dimple, or not a dimple, but a little bit of a protrusion where the skin is actually being forced out or pushed out by these edges. So make sure that you round those. And that's what Vans is telling you to do here. To remove some of the face edging. So you get rid of those sharp edges and everything. I don't know why they don't tell you on the wings and stuff, and especially, where you're doing these guys. I don't think I have a really good example. I know I've got one or two spots on, let me see here. Oh, you guys get the idea. I know I've got one spot on here. I don't know if you guys, you really can't see that. But yeah, so just take that edge down so that way when you put the skin on, you're not pushing that skin out or that piece out from the edge. So yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We get these parts made up. They tell you to rivet. Obviously, I got some priming to do. Got a lot of priming to do. So I'm going to pull all the parts out. I usually mock everything up with Clecos. Get it all mocked up so I know how it is going to go together, and everything does go together. And then I tear it apart, and then I prime. So that's what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to go through here and pull all these parts, get them lined up, and then hopefully by the end of the day or the next day we'll have a mocked up aileron. Aileron. Get it right. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, YouTube. So These are the aileron counterbalance. So this is actually, so what you're looking at here, this is would actually be the leading edge. The trailing edge gets built this way. So the trailing edge is going to get built out this way towards me. So the trailing edge. So this is the aileron, and it's kind of hard, but this is actually goes up inside that the fairing that we put in, if you can visualize it that way. So this is what this is. Now, there is a steel bar. You guys can see it here. There's a steel bar that goes in here, and that is the counterbalance. So what I would do if I was when I put this together, I would use gravity to my advantage. So put this counter bar, because you can see how it fits that profile there. So when you first start out, put the counter bar inside, and then put the piece on it. So hold it up like this as you're clecoing it, and kind of use gravity to your advantage. Now, the other thing too is that this has to be flush here. So start it out just a little bit, make it a little proud, and then you can tap it in with a dead blow hammer or whatever after you do it. Now, before you do that, make sure that your clecos, because there's a lip, or there's a part that it sits on inside here. So when you put it in, make sure that this is clecoed in, because you don't want this rib getting pushed out. So, and just tap it, you know, and I'm not ever so slightly, right? And then that will help you get the alignment. So what happens is that this now, I don't know if you guys can see them, this alignment is important. And see these little holes? So you got to drill these out. I don't know what rivets we use, but obviously you're not going to reach in there and get a rivet. So that's probably a Cherry Max rivet goes in there, and that's a special high strength rivet. So that's the thing. But yeah, here, so these are the leading edges, but they're actually tucked up under the wing. You don't see them, because if you guys remember, the wing has got like a flap, and this goes up underneath the flap. And then the wing skin is like right here, or actually goes this way. So it will become a little bit more self-evident when we get it on the wing. But this is the first setup. Now, there is a lot of dimpling. As you guys know, I like to mock everything up to kind of work through the process on how I'm going to actually final assemble it. But this is, you know, like I said, we got to drill these out or mark them and drill them. I don't know what, I don't think we drill them while they're in here. I think we mark them and then we drill them outside of here. And the reason being is this is steel. Drilling these is not going to be fun. So like I said, I just can't imagine trying to drill these, use the skin as the pilot hole. I think what we're going to do is mark them, but I don't know. I haven't gotten there. I just got the mock-up done and everything to kind of go through it. But yeah, these are the ailerons, not elevators. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you right here, I don't know if you guys can see that because of the angle. They want you to kind of profile that, and see how that dimpled? It's ever so slight. I can see it, and that's why we did this step, and apparently I didn't do it well enough. It's ever so slight though. It's not anything that's why they have you do this step here, where you take off those leading edges. So because there is a lot of pressure. See, I don't see any printing here. I call it printing. You don't see any here. I got a little bit, ever so slight right here. It's fine. But that's why you do it. So because there's a lot of pressure on this. As far as clecoing it, you're going to have to walk the clecos. And when I say walk the clecos, as you can see, I have a cleco every other one, But when I did it, I started here and everyone, and then just kind of walked them to get them to kind of, because there's a lot of pressure on this skin pushing down or holding it down. So yeah, yeah, you're gonna have to walk those clecos. You're not gonna be able to pull the skin over, pull it taut, and do like every third or fourth cleco, fifth. You're gonna have to get it real nice and tight. You're gonna have to start and just do every one, and then as you go, pull them. As you tighten it up even more and more. So yeah, so there you go. That is we'll call it the leading edge of the ailerons, leading edges of the aileron. We got them mocked up, and then there's more that we have to do. This is for the flaps. These covers are for the flaps. So this is the step, this is what it looks like. So this bar, this counterweight sits inside there, and then once this is done, see, match drill 40, 2 places. So they're telling you to do it here and here with a number 40 while it's together. See, and they only show one cleco. There's no way you can get away with one cleco. So you got to match drill that with a 40 and then do it. But like I said, I'm just here, I'm right here. So, and then you'll have to put it. It looks like an AN bolt and stuff goes in here. But yep, we're not there yet. So stay with the plan. So that's where we're at. So like I said, this is I just don't. Gosh, that's steel. I get nervous. I'm gonna dimple it and then pull it out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dimple it and I don't know. Because I just get nervous having a drill bit on steel that close to the skin, because it's not gonna cut. So I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'm gonna just pull it out, mark it and pull it out and do it that way. Put it in the vise. I've got a pipe vise over there, and then do it that way. But it is what it is. But there you go. That's it. That will complete today. It is getting dark. The sun is setting. You can see off the hangers way over there. The sun is setting. It is time to call it quits and head to the house and spend some time. But I'll be back tomorrow doing the next evolution of this. So yeah, like always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. And, may God bless you guys. Keep you safe.